Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. And tonight I want to talk about stop writing personal growth in the word you. And the word you in personal growth is actually a word of fear, because you're telling the world there are challenges, but yet them challenges are within you because they're coming from within you. And as you do this, you're going to expand. And that is something I really understand now. As I stopped using the word you in my personal growth in several years ago, because the subconscious mind in the inner landscape doesn't understand you. You is a word we use in the physical world. But to expand the inner world, it's me, myself, and I. But when you write the word you and you're telling the world all the problems, that's your view and your opinions of the world. Views, opinions, and beliefs keep you locked in yesterday. And when you write in the word you, the Y-O-U, you're still tying yourself to the outside world, and you're really blaming others subconsciously for the way your life is. And that is something I opened up to. And to free the world from all the challenges it encompasses, we got to free our inner selves first. And writing in you, you're showing the world and telling the world all their problems. But that's coming from you. And something else I do in my writings is I unpunctuated my writings. Because when your subconscious mind sees a comma, colon, a period, the subconscious mind stops there. And when you unpunctuate it, you start opening yourself to feel the words and to feel life. And that's what we've been afraid of all of our life, is to feel life with emotions and a willpower to understand life is a challenge, to canonize new wisdom. And we also get afraid of the word no. All no is a new opportunity down the road, and there's a better one coming. The invisible forces of the world actually have more power than our thinking mind. And that's the thing, when you're thinking you're always thinking what somebody else done to you. And I admit this to everybody. Nobody's ever done nothing to me except me. Everything that's happened in my life I've allowed. And that is something that I allow myself to move forward and do something different in my life. But the word you is a fear word, because I can write everything out, and I can tell the world all the challenges, everything that's wrong in life. But yet, they're my words, my thoughts, my everything. And that is something that'll free you up when you stop using the word you in personal expansion. And see, change he'll create, forgive all that's living in the past. Them are all living in the past words. You're trying to change something from the past. You're trying to heal something from the past. You're trying to forgive something or somebody from the past. And you're trying to transform something from the past. But when you open up to understand me, myself, and I fly in the now, naturally opening wisdom within me. But when I stop using not words, I let go of all the won'ts, can'ts. And if you read my book, there's going to be one don't in there. And it isn't because it's in there on purpose. The fastest way to open up through a challenge is, first words out of your subconscious is I don't know. Because your subconscious hears I know. But we try to think our way through life. Then we try to look at who did something, who's all involved, and who can we make the scapegoat for my scapegoat for my events. And then I can get out of taking responsibility, accountability for the life expanding experience. And that's what you does. The word you, Y-O-U, is a word that keeps you living in yesterday. Because me, myself, and I'm in the present. And life is a gift of generating imaginative fortitude today. It's always the grander, internally, free, far-seeing, transcending abilities within myself. But when I'm looking at the world and I'm looking through you, I'm always looking for somebody else to show me a way, and I'm looking for somebody else's smarts or intelligence to take me forward. But when I write me, myself, and I, and unpunctuated, that is a key word in personal growth, is unpunctuated and unedited, because you get to learn to put up with life's mess. Because life is a mess, to see if we have to test us, well, actually, to test our wisdom, fortitude, and far-seeing abilities to expand through the situation. How have you let challenges overwhelm you through thinking? The more you think, the more you're in the overthink. And then we become locked and blocked in yesterday. And that's where I really have expanded into, because the first question now is first statement is I don't know. Where's the wisdom in this situation? And where is the life expanding experience going to take me through? Because life is about walking through life and not thinking our way through life. And when you're walking through life, you're putting one foot in front of the other. And that is what me, myself, and allow me to do. I spent I've been at this since 1997. It wasn't until I unpunctuated the writings and stopped using the word you, because in How Did I Teach Myself Fear, there's a chapter called The Pew of You, P-H-E-W of you. Because when I wrote in you, I never ever got into the deep part of me. But now when I write personal growth in my daily writings, I write me, myself, and I. Because I desire to liberate myself to liberate the world. Because all the challenges in the world, all the racism, anger, frustration, is not in the external world. It's within people. Because that is what we're taught, to think it's in other people and it's in the world and it's the government or somebody else. The government has nothing to do with our life except for laws. The wealth and success and the natural abilities everybody encompasses is to move the world forward. Individuals on a grassroots level can move the world. A government is too balled up, and people in business, they focus on their business. And that is true. But the small businesses and the individuals of this world will expand us through everything we desire. But however, if your life has pretty much stayed the same, even though you've done the change, heal, create, and did everything else, expand out of the word you, expand of a vocabulary of action. What would you rather say? I am good, or I am good because I appreciate the challenges of my life with gratitude, because I'm willing to ride the typhoon of turmoil to surf the seas of success. See the power of the words. And you know, words are the power of your life, internally, externally, and eternally. And as I open up to this, I'm starting to understand I quit trying to fix my life. Everybody's trying to fix something in life. I'll fix this. I'll work on this. All work does is create a clamp inside yourself. Fixing it is never expanding out of it. And something else I never use is rewire, redo anything. Because redo is just retrofitting the old. When you expand of the desire, you light the fire of new. I walk on new paths. I waltz on the new dance floor of life. You want to put something in there that stimulates an action and unbind the mind and let go of the word mind, because the mind is a landmine of defining yourself, because there is no definition for anybody. There is only an inspirational fortitude and an inspirational wisdom to move the world forward. And when you become the inspirer and the expander of your own life, you're expanding the world, because somebody is going to be will be somebody's tutor and metaphor to expand your life. And that's what life is about, being the tutor and the metaphor. Unhook being the teacher and unhook this. Let it be a freedom, like a bunch of wild Mustangs running across the Teton Mountains at breakneck speed. Have that freedom within yourself and in your heart and soul. And when you stop using the word you in your writings, Y-O-U, and start saying me, myself, and I, you start feeling the responsibility with emotional accountability to who you are. And what everybody thinks anybody is a flat out lie, because nobody knows the internal integrity of other people. We've been taught to fit into a society of sabotage, because we've been taught through a school system of fit in to the corporate world, and everything we've ever written or read is always written by somebody else, my writings included. But my writings are never for anything more than be a guide for deeper wisdom within people. And they are written different, and I will admit that. But something I understand now, mundane stays the same. Weird, wacky, crazy, and rebellious expand the world. And you got to feature the habits to move yourself forward. And that is something I've really opened up. A lot of this has just happened for me in the last 2 years, 3 years. And one thing I understand, anger, hate, jealousy is a fear of one's self-stability. And I had that in me big time. But the more I admit, the more it excites my grit, get, and go to galvanize optimism to ride the tides of success, love, wealth, friendship, fun, and freedom. It's an inner freedom that will move the world forward and allow us to walk arm in arm through the world. But when we stop using the word you stop being caught up in the fear of life, because it's easy to write about what's going on in the world, but it's a lot more challenging to go inside the self and said, I did that myself. I've created every event in my life, but some of them I was unwilling to admit to because I was unwilling to expand out of that situation. The world was never meant for us to be working 60 hours a week. The world was meant to be fun and enjoy life. But we're afraid to enjoy it because we feel bad about it, because we've been taught if you was enjoying life, you was doing something wrong. And if something happened good in your life, you just all instantly go, what's going to happen bad next? Who's guilty of that? Pick me. I admit it. But now the more I become at inner peace, and that's the thing. You let go of the sappy of happy and open up to the prowess of peace. You tantalize a new person eternally, appreciating candid celebrations every day. But it's a peace in here, and it's a peace in turmoil and humble and bliss. But most of us are afraid of the humility of life. We're afraid to challenge. We're afraid what other people think. Who's guilty of that? I am. I like admitting it now, because the more I admit, the more I get. But it's letting go of writing in the word you, because the word you is a selfish word, because you're telling the world your perceptions, your views, your opinions. And that's ingraining them deeper within you. But when you're writing me, myself, and I, to dissolve the inner crap. Let's just say we unstrap the inner crap to wrap. Realize, appreciate, participate. Revolutionize acumen. Participate in the game of life. My game of life. That is what life is about, is participating in the game. And letting go of what you think somebody else you should do, and let go of you thinking what you think somebody else should be doing. Because everybody is an individual with free will. But we are waiting for everybody else to do it forward for us. And we're unwilling to step into the true savant of everybody's life. And that's me, myself, and I. Everybody is a savant of their life. They're a trend-setting savant. But the talent in this world to expand us out of where we're at, you couldn't even put it in the biggest computer, the fastest computer, any kind of computer. That's another thing. We are sitting here waiting for the computers and the powers to be to tell us what to do, because that's the way it has to be. And that's why we're in the sham of life we're in. The powerful computer is the individual's imagination, inspiration, innovation, and trend-setting prowess. We all encompass. It's about being the trailblazer and saying the hell with society, and being the talk of the water cooler instead of being the one talking at the water cooler. Because if they're talking about me, I understand this now. As long as they're talking about me, my life is better than theirs, and that means I'm on the right path to peace, prosperity, and everything I desire to experience. And I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. I am a hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, and my books are available at Amazon.com/author/Robert A. Wilson, and at HowDidITeachMyselfFear.com. My website is mycowboywisdom.com. And there's a free download. There's a $10 million meditation there. It's a free download. All you got to do is sign up. And I don't inundate people with letters and all this, but I do write a daily keynote. And what a keynote is, a PowerPoint. And if you begin writing in the me, myself, and I, and you write with a rhyme somewhere in there, you're going to unbind the mind to open up the divine daredevil within yourself. That means you have the abilities to cross the swamp through the swamp into the oasis of life. We all deserve when we're willing to see our super self in the mirror. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 6:30 Pacific time. And thank everybody for being here. Thank Joanne, Lee, Joseph, Linda, John, Kirk, and Kathy. Thank you all for being here. It's my honor and privilege to be here. And may everybody's weekend be fun, relaxed, and be a blessing, as you are a blessing to me and the world. Thank you and good night.